would be there.
Question number 6. Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr Speaker, this question is to the Associate Minister of Māori Affairs and asks, does he stand by all of his statements?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Chris Finlayson.
No, I don't. I once said that reforming Te Ture Whenua Māori Act, which the Labour government neglected to do, could benefit the economy by up to $3 billion. In actual fact, a recent Pricewaterhouse study commissioned by MPI has estimated that the economic benefit to the nation of this reform could be up to $8 billion over 10 years and create 3,400 new jobs.
Order.
Christmas has come early for that guy. Supplementary question.
Order. Supplementary question.
It is, Mr Speaker.
Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Does he stand by his statements that, and I quote him, access to the foreshore and seabed for recreation, enjoyment, or simply for its own sake is a birthright of all New Zealanders that should be protected in legislation, unquotes, and that, further quotes, equality is a fundamental bedrock principle of our Constitution, end of quotes.
Mr Speaker,
Honourable Chris Finlayson.
I made those statements in my capacity as Attorney-General when working to reform the disgusting foreshore and seabed legislation. They are not part of my delegation as Associate Minister of Māori Affairs.
Can I ask you that supplementary question?
Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston Peters.
How can he still hold these views expressed in manifold positions as a politician and minister when a minority is, through the Marine and Coastal Areas Act, given by birth sole development rights to all, which might be a joke, big ears, but it's not to New Zealanders. It's not to New Zealanders.
Order. Can the member please, I know he was responding to an interjection on this occasion, could he just now start the question again so we can get it answered?
Thank you, Mr Speaker. How can he still hold that view, expressed in numerous positions as a politician and minister, when a minority is, through the Marine and Coastal Areas Act, given by birth sole development rights to all New Zealand's minerals apart from gold, silver, uranium and petroleum?
Mr Speaker,
Chris Finlayson.
Well, the member's got the wrong end of the stick, which is perhaps not surprising. I suggest he go to the letter from Dr Sharples to me dated 31 January 2012, where he sets out my delegations as Associate Minister. Were he to do the right thing and put the question down to the Minister for Treaty Negotiations, I would be very happy to answer that question.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston.
Not a bad sidestep. Is it not true that iwi have been granted mana tuku iho, or universal recognition?
Not the best word.
Order. 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 An interjection like that is not going to help us with the order of this House. Would the member start his...
Yes.
Order. Would the member start his question again?
Is it not true that iwi have been granted mana tuku iho, or... No, doesn't mean wide, Paula. It means universal recognition over the whole foreshore and seabed, giving them priority treatment by the Department of Conservation. And where does that leave the rest of New Zealand?
Honourable
Mr.
Chris
Speaker.
Finlayson.
Well, as I said in the answer to the previous question, he's got the wrong end of the stick. He should read the letter of delegation from Dr Sharples to me dated 31 January 2012, and he would see what my delegations are as Associate Minister. I'm more than happy to answer any questions.
Order. Point of order, Right Honourable Winston.
Mr Speaker, I thought he would repeat that same objection to my question.
Order. This is the point of order.
Excepting he actually catches himself by the letter of delegation from Dr Peter Sharples. He's the Associate Minister of Māori Affairs, and he should know exactly what Peter Sharples was asking for and under him got.
Order. I have before me the list of delegations for the Honourable Chris Finlayson as the Associate Minister for Māori Affairs, and his answer is satisfactory. Question number 7, Paul... Order.
Not so fast.
I'm just ensuring we're out of here by Christmas Day. Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston
Well, you'll
Peters.
say as long as we get the truth. That's a fact of it.
Order. The member can ask his supplementary question.
Is it not a fact? Is it? No, relax, boys. You're going to look far more nervous next year, I tell you.
Order. Order. Now, I will give the member one more chance to ask a supplementary question, otherwise we're moving on. Supplementary question.
Is it not a fact that legislation promoted by him and the Minister of Māori Affairs has empowered iwi to now veto applications by ordinary New Zealanders for resource consent under the RMA for areas over which he has granted customary title?
Honourable Chris Finlayson.
Mr Speaker, this is rather tiresome. I refer the member to the letter of 31 January 2012 to me from Dr Peter Sharples, where he set out my role and responsibilities as his associate. I would be more than happy to answer the questions, but he's got to do the right thing and ask the right minister the question and not hide behind some vague, fatuous question about statements and responsibilities.
Point of order. Mr Speaker.
Order.
Mr Speaker, that's a rather diverse and angry response. I mean, I never took the judicature bill away from him and gave it to Crusher Collins. John Key did that. That's why he's so furious and angry. But back to this. My supplementary question.
Order. Order.
Speaker.
The member's just raised a point of order. Yes. So if that point of order is now finished, yes, then I'm going to state that it's not a point of order. Now, is the member now wanting a further supplementary question?
Most certainly, Mr Speaker.
Oh, great. Further supplementary, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Why is this minister putting so much time and effort into legislation and programs of apartheid and separatism that put this nation's very future at risk?
Honourable Chris Finlayson.
Mr Speaker, I'll try and not be provocative, but can I suggest to the Right Honourable Member it would be very helpful if before he drafts a very lazy question, he reads the statement of delegation.
Point of order, Speaker.
Point of order.
Either he's going to answer the question that I put to him, or he can deny it, but he can't just deviate and do what he likes, as is his wont to do.
Order. The
in that capacity.
Minister has answered the question. What he said is the way the question was phrased to him, it doesn't come within his delegated authority. That is an answer given. Well, it's very difficult to understand quite what you are. I think the easiest way forward, because it's close to Christmas, is I'm going to invite the member to ask his question again.
Thank you very much. I'm asking this minister, why is he putting so much time and effort into legislation and programs that lead to apartheid and separatism and put this nation's very future at risk?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Chris Finlayson.
I have particular delegations given to me by Dr Sharples by letter dated 31 January 2012. They include specific responsibility in relation to Te Ture Whenua Māori Land Act. If he had asked me that question as Attorney-General, I would have said that he was the one supporting apartheid by stopping Māori from going to court, something that was profoundly offensive.
Question number 7. Paul Foster-Bell.
Merry Christmas, Mr Speaker. Sir, my question is to the Associate Minister of Health.